Okay, perfect.
We are live at IHOP on Wolf Road in Colonie. What's up, Flock University? I am joined by the head coach, the general manager, the guy who builds the best roster in all of arena football, Damon Ware, everybody. I say that because of conversations that were had last night. Oh, the roster. I love being here at IHOP. We were going to be in the very front, but my setup wasn't right for it. So we came back here. So it's an intimate evening here at IHOP. They've been great to us. They've added tables. They've moved things around. So happy to have them as a partner for this upcoming season to make sure the guys are fed. I will say this, Coach Ware, this morning I walked into the office, you and Brandon Cisse, our defensive coordinator, are breaking some stuff down. And I mentioned IHOP. He goes, wait, we're going to eat at IHOP this year? And it's the most excited I've seen Brandon Cisse when it's something I had to say. And I've known him since 2018.
No, he was excited about that. And congratulations to him. Had his son recently. So exciting news. We have a future Firebird in the making. So
I was going to say we have a rights reserve contract ready, right?
I'll probably sign him next week. But put him on the too young exempt list. But we'll make it work. But yeah, exciting times adding to the flock, and that's good stuff.
Building from within between Gaz's son Abe being here now. Not so little Cisse, I'm sure. We'll just keep building generations. That's what we do.
There you go.
All right. So we are here today. We're excited to be here. I guess one of I know we're going to have comments from Dave Williams. He is like super fan extraordinaire. He sent me a million questions about the roster. And I keep reminding everyone, I don't do the roster. That's why it's so good. Like if I did the roster, it would literally just be dudes I know. Like I'd be like, like, what's up, man? How you been? I'm Clinton, the manager here of a bunch of the IHOPs, the regional guy. He would be playing. Like he would have to play. He would there he is, Clinton. He would be our new quarterback. He would if I signed the team. So Coach, are there any new developments, anything going on with the roster that Dave needs to know about? He's taking notes, copious notes right now, wherever he is.
Absolutely. And no, Dave is a great fan, and he's always got questions, and he does keep our media guy on his toes. He knows every discrepancy on our website. So and I have to constantly go to Benny and say, Benny, we're missing a guy. Dave has just told us. So he definitely keeps us on our toes. But no, definitely signed a couple new guys that we're just super excited about.
Just checked in. Firebird DW.
There you go. We just finalized a deal with Isaiah Hardy. Obviously, who's returning to the team as an offensive lineman. Excited to get him back. He's close. He's a New Jersey kid. Super excited to get him back. He had a great season last year in the IFL. Excited to get him back home. And, after the last season that we all left here and the season that we won't mention, excited to get him back when we're at our best. And so excited to get him back. So that'll definitely beef up our offensive line play. And then just signed somebody new, Nick Marshall out of Auburn. Exciting, a very exciting player. Was a quarterback at Auburn, had great success. Obviously moved to defensive back later in his career. Has played everywhere, NFL, CFL, played for West Texas last year, played very well against us. Just a very physical, tough, athletic kid that can do multiple things. And, if anybody knows me, I like guys that are versatile, guys that can help you at several different spots, especially when you only have a 21-man roster for game day. It's important that you have guys that can do a little bit of everything. So glad to have Nick on board, obviously getting close. Offered some last-minute stuff. Obviously, I was coaching an all-star game this past weekend in Miami, loaded with talent, a lot of really good kids. So I've offered a quarterback, waiting to get back with his agent. I'll probably hear from him tomorrow. So that will be something. And then there's one other kid that will possibly sign, a running back that just was phenomenal. He wasn't on my team, and I lost my first game there. I lost 18-13. That was a tough loss, but boy, this running back drug us up and down the field. The clock was just continuously going. There was no way for us to come back because this kid was running the ball like a monster. And so waiting for him to get to hear from his agent and get all that stuff done as well. But we're almost done. We'll have the roster completed hopefully by the end of the week. And then we can just start getting guys on some of the podcasts and do some things and start letting the Capital Region know what kind of great young men that we've signed this year.
I love it. I see Father Flocker, Isaiah Hardy. Whoa, awesome. And yeah, I mean, that he's not human. He's like Isaiah Hardy is one of those humans that is so large that I always say, like, if I was standing next to him and aliens came down and I went, no, we're the same thing. We're both human beings. They'd be like, no, you're not that. That's not you. Like, I'm a large human, as some of you know. Yeah, I know. By the way, he can't come in. Ray is not welcome. And like, I one time was hugged by Isaiah Hardy on the field after a game, and I vanished. Like, I've never, like, he pulled my B card. I was like, hi. It's impressive. And he's the nicest, sweetest guy on the planet when he's not trying to, rip a defensive lineman's head off to protect his quarterback. All right, listen, I know we're going to get this a million times. We get it every week, no matter how many different times we answer it. A lot of questions. What's going on with Prince? Is he playing anywhere? What do we know about our guy, Darius?
I'll give you the same answer I give every week. I will talk about the people that are signed as they're signed, and that's as good of an answer as I can give.
I did have one quick interaction with Darius because, listen, I don't know what he's going to do. Like, Darius and I don't talk about the team until we're on the same team. We became friends. We started as frenemies. we built a friendship, and it's a brotherhood now. And I ran into a bottle of tequila I'd never seen before, so of course I'd be like, "Yo, D, is this good?" And he went, "You can't afford it. Put it back." And I was like, "Okay." And then an hour later, I got, "Did you get it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got it." But he's listen. No matter where he is, he's out. He's the life of the party. I know he just had a flag football tournament that he did great in, as always. He's Darius. He's going to do what Darius is going to do. And that's the best I can tell anybody from where I am. Nick, is Nick here? Does Nick have a t-shirt? How I asked for Nick and all of a sudden a plate breaks. Mazel tov. Nick has an effect on people. I don't know. Nick's offering t-shirts. I don't know if he actually has any or he wants to give you his. I don't know what's going to happen. If it's got sweat stains, don't take it. There he is. Do you want to give them t-shirts? Is that what you're doing? At the home, everybody, Father Flocker got all excited. He wants a t-shirt. He was all pumped up, and that happened. Yeah, he's so yeah. I get it. We get the messages. We get the direct message. All those things. Darius is doing Darius stuff. He's gonna do what he does, and I know Albany will always be his home when he's not in Orlando. But right now we don't know. It is what it is. And honestly, you can't even really comment because you're so busy signing other guys. You can't talk about guys who aren't on the roster. Or at least you shouldn't, I guess. That's it. Last night I happened to show up on AF 1 versus 1 or 1-to-1. And everybody kind of noticed I was a little more free speaking than I had been. Well, we hired a CEO. So now that Jake Labrie is here, he has to do the professional stuff. I can go back to being what I am, Carnival Barker. And I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun.
I bet you have.
How about Tim Capper, our guy from Marina Fan? Wait, Levack without a cap? What is happening?
I know. I kind of said that too when I got on the podcast late last night, and so I kind of missed a lot of it. But I see you with no hat. I was like, damn, he's serious.
There's a slight Ben, let her through, man. She's bringing French fries for people. Come on now. Come on. IHOP trying to feed people. Ben in the way. Ben is ice cold in your French fries now. That's what he's last night, I'll tell you the honest truth. Last night I didn't even think of it until we were already on. Like I got home, I was set up, I threw it on. I'm like, oh crap. Like even I was a little weirded out by it. But tonight was I wanted to see how weird it was for everybody else. For me not to have a hat on while we're doing this. But
reasons.
Yeah, you got to keep them guessing. Yeah. Everybody thinks I'm bald, so every once in a while I got to do this.
Yeah, I get it.
So I got to bring this up. Coach Ware, of course, we're live here at IHOP. It's Flock University. Did you happen to see how thirsty our good friend Stephen Titus from Billings is for your roster? Like I mentioned, I was like, before he came out, I was like, we got the best roster, we got this, and then he goes, oh, I ever hear about is the roster, your roster. Like,
funniest thing is last year we were super young. Like I said, I'm not sure what he's referring to, but at the end of the day, you want to see roster, we'll show you a roster. We'll show you this year. How about that? 2025 AF1 gonna have the best season in the country, and we'll show you a roster. See you soon.
Well, I think it has to be that they're watching this, because all we've talked about is the roster, and it's, again, if you don't want me to talk about the roster, I have a list of media people that I've met throughout the years of doing arena football that have all reached out to me and said, are you abducting these guys? Like, how are you getting this team together? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm staying out of it. But I'll be more than happy to give you all their names so you can call them, and then they can tell you how good this roster is going to be before we run into you on April 13th. Before the show, we were on the Fox Sports Radio show, Levack and Gaz. One of the hosts, very good-looking guy. It's not Gaz. We were asked the question. Billings talked about rivals. Everybody's talking about who is our rival in your mind?
I really don't care. I mean, I like I said, I'll be honest. I really don't care. I know, because what we go through year after year, that everybody gives us their best effort, and only great teams get that treatment. So the Patriots on their run, it doesn't matter if you're 0-10 or you're 10-0. You're always trying to beat certain teams. And I know we're one of those teams, because I know what we do here is special. We work hard at it. Like I said, I will put what we do against anybody in the country. Ask some of our players that have been here. I get some of the guys that have been here and then been somewhere else, and ask them what they feel the difference is between what we do and what other teams do. And that's how you figure it out. And so why Billings is talking about us, better worried about getting your own roster together and figuring out what you're going to do this season, because I know what we're going to do. I can tell you right now what we're going to do. We're going to be ready. Like I said, we got about a month, to camp. Roster be finalized by the end of the week. We're going to start fine-tuning our stuff, getting ready for that first day. And like I said, we're going to work as hard as ever, as smart as ever. We're going to get this team ready to compete for a championship. And like I said, if you feel that that's out of line for us to say that we'll compete for a championship every year, then stop us. And we'll see you on the field.
I love it. And we have Flock support. I love to give Father Flocker and Mother Flocker a hard time, but it's definitely something we hear about. Like the fans that pack MVP, and then the extra step that the Flock goes to make sure that everybody knows, not only you welcome, we need you. Like, we want you here. You're important to us. It makes a difference. It's why people want to keep coming to Albany. Like, it's why, like, when I see certain names pop up on your roster, that you're building. I hope somewhere he's doing a shot every time I say roster. Like, Titus in a puddle somewhere. It's when I see the names come back and I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen Harold Love in a while. I haven't seen so and so in a while. And like I'll get like a message from one of them and be like, coming home. And it's like, yeah, let's go. Like, but it's just good. Oh God, this is good. Matt Klein. What do you call Coach of Billings, Cedric Walker, when he shows up early to the office? A mall walker.
It's a good one.
I just want to be clear, Coach Walker, if you're watching, I'm still a little afraid of you. I didn't say that. I just read it. He's an intimidating dude, but he's a great dude.
No, he's a good guy. Like I said, I have a lot of respect for him, and like I said, can't wait for the 13th.
I would do, like, the weirdest thing about the fact that Stephen Titus, who is an attorney by trade, and of course that means he can talk circles around most people, Coach Walker, who is a big personality, a very, very good coach. Usually we reserve that kind of talk for Orlando.
They talk about it's not a rivalry or this or that. Well, why are you worried about us?
Right.
You know what I mean? Orlando's not even that worried about us. And it's been quiet with them, and we play them the first game. So
in
the
their
fact
house.
The fact that we're talking about the April 13th game, and That's a month after the season starts. Sounds like we're building a little bit of a rivalry, and we love it. It's all good.
I can't wait for Wilkes-Barre. Like that's the team I want to know. Like I want to meet. Oh my God,
it's been a long time. But, well, I guess I took a bus trip in 2023 on the season that we won't say. I took some bus trips that year.
Really, I hadn't heard anything about it.
Yeah, no,
I hadn't heard it. When was it? How'd that go? Did anyone talk about it ever?
Nah.
I can't wait for the book.
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
I was going to the book at the end of it. When it's all said and done, we have some great stories for over the years.
And some not so great stories from over the years.
Yeah.
It's Block University live here at IHOP on Wolf Road. Thanks to everybody here who's made everybody feel so home. Everybody's eating and like I'm
quiet.
Oh my God,
the food's good.
Yeah,
great job, IHOP.
Yeah, and now I'm jealous. All right, so you touched on it a little bit, but you coached the All-Star game again. And I know running back is a position near and dear to your heart. So to have the other team have the better running back must have drove you absolutely insane.
Oh.
But give us a rundown on the experience, what it was like.
Great experience again. It's had quite a few of the NFL scouts that were there recruiting some of the kids. You get there, the kids get there that day, we do a big introduction meeting to the guys, talk to them a little bit about the experience, introduce all the coaching staff, scouts, agents, all those things. They're all there. So again, get kind of acclimated, have some coaches meetings, have some initial player meetings, got some of the basics of the offense in. For the next couple of days, it's practice. So you do 2-a-days, get through the practices. In the afternoon, you do your individual player meetings. So you've got to schedule interview times with the players that you want to talk to. So Green Bay Packers were there. They interviewed quite a few kids. The Washington Commanders were there. They did. Miami Dolphins. There's a few other scouts that actually did some interviews. We were all in the same room. So I had a little Albany Firebirds table. This event is really good to me and our organization, and they've wanted to partner with us. And it's, there's some other bowl games out there that invite me, and I'm a loyal guy. And so when you treat me good and you treat my organization and our brand good, I'm just going to be loyal to you. And that's, I've told them, hey, I come to you before I go to anybody, and that's just this, So got to interview quite a few kids, get to know them a little bit. That's always the best thing, is you get to see them compete at all the stuff, all the competitions, the practices, the meeting times, the questions and answers. And then you get to sit down with them a little bit and kind of get to know them as people and ask them questions. And, everybody laughed, and I carry around a little whiteboard and a pen with me everywhere. And they're like, man, you always got that whiteboard. But it's a great thing for me to throw in front of a player. Hey, show me your best play, coach me up on it, talk to me a little bit, just to get an idea of their football IQ. It's important for me, obviously, as the professor. I like cerebral guys. So it's important that I know that they've got some base knowledge about the sport. The other team had 2 phenomenal running backs, 2 bruisers, and they just were beating us to death. I mean, they were probably averaging 7 yards a carry. They were phenomenal. And so there's one of those kids I offered, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, got to go through the process with their agents and all those things. But I'm hoping got to meet his family and everything. And that's the great part is, it's not just the kids. It's, again, every year I've met somebody that I've offered. Their parents were there. So just getting to know the whole family. That's, I took pictures with them and everything. And so funny, I offered him today. And so, it's just a fun event. It's getting eyes on a bunch of FBS, FCS, Division II, Division III, all-star kids, all conference players. I spoke, I had one night that was just dedicated to the Firebirds. So I was able to show a PowerPoint, show just some of our basic stuff, a little bit of our philosophy. And it was crazy just how good that went over with the players. And so I had, there's tons of messages on my phone like, man, the presentation you gave was phenomenal. And it really makes us want to play for you. And so, that's a good thing is you get to, it's not just about the players. It's about us coaches too, is the pro guys that are there. You're there to impress your organization as well. And I've left there every time with a lot of people talking about the Firebirds. And so parents, kids and all that. So game was tough. It was a great game. Came down right to the last seconds of the game. We lost. That was my first loss there, 18-13. Great moment. It just, like I said, it's, it's tough to bring a bunch of kids that have never met each other, put them on the field for a couple of days and play a game. It's way harder than people think, but fun game. And like I said, the fact that the scouts stayed all the couple days to watch those kids. And that's usually how you know there's some good quality kids. The scouts might be there one day, do their interviews and stuff, and then they're gone. They're off to the next event. And the fact that a bunch of them stayed all the way to the end, that was pretty exciting. So fun. Hats out to the Podium Bowl. They continue to put on a good event. And we were in just a gorgeous hotel that was like a compound. It had restaurants and this and that and bars, and it was just a phenomenal place. And like I said, it was a new place that we stayed this year. It was great. Like I said, the accommodations were great. The way they treat our organization is great. And like I said, I'll continue to go back there as long as they'll have me.
So I've noticed when players meet you and coaches meet you, there's one of two reactions. So it starts with, it's like that tree, like, are you ready to work hard? Like instantly you find out you're going to work very hard. And then instantly we find out, are you the kind of guy who wants to work hard? Or are you the kind of guy who's going to run away? Did you run into anybody during this trip where you're like, you don't really want to play for me?
All the time. Probably the last day of practice, we had some rain, went in the locker room. So I had my whole team in the locker room. And I don't know, I just felt like giving a speech. And so I just kind of went in on the kids and just told them how difficult it is to continue to play football for money. It's, you've got the NFL, but very few people are going to attain that level. You've got the CFL, and there's restrictions on how many Americans are going to be there. You've got the UFL, and where do most of the guys they get them right from the NFL cuts, and then some small school guys, and then there's us. And so when you look at how many players come out each year and how few jobs there are available, it's really a special thing to be able to play for money. And I don't care what amount of money, if it's $250, it's not a lot of places to play. And so
you're a professional football player,
right?
Like, no matter the number, that's a huge title to have. I'm a professional football player.
I tell our kids in training camp, what's the difference between us and the NFL? The money. There's nothing else different. The game is
yards.
The way we play, how hard we're going to work, the intelligence that we're going to need to do it. It's all the same. I wouldn't cheat these guys, not for a second. And I'm going to, like I said, that's why I work 14, 15 hours a day, every day. I'm going to give you everything. I tell our coaches, you give these kids everything they ask for. If a kid needs some extra time, you give it to them. And if I ever hear that you're not giving a kid extra time, you'll come meet with me. And so we're going to give these kids everything we got. If it takes 15 hours a day, if it takes 18 hours a day, that's what we're here for, is to, again, we've moved up a lot of kids this year. That's a testament of what we're doing, testament of what some of the higher leagues are looking at our roster consistently. I think that's great. I speak with quite a few of the general managers, and they're watching, and that's what it's all about. And I can't be more proud than to send some of these kids to a higher level where they're going to make a wage that they can make a difference in their life or their family's life or their parents' life or whatever they need. But it is hard to attain one of these jobs, and it's even harder to keep it. And so here in 5 minutes, the second I see you break week one time, I'm moving on. And it has to be that way. I'm not going to hold on to somebody that's going to get me fired. I love my job.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be me. It's going to be you. And so that's what and
meritocracy. You got to work.
And the thing about the first week of camp, I promise I really want to find the weak kids and get rid of them. That's really what the first week of training camp is. It's going to push you farther than you've ever pushed yourself and challenge you to things that you've never been challenged for. And when you break week, I get rid of you. And I'm going to end up with the 24 toughest mentally and physically kids that are there, and we're going to get after it. And that's just how it goes. And so if you can't immerse yourself for 5 months, it's a sprint. You come into training camp, it's 5 months of your life. If you can't commit to 5 months of your life to be great, don't come here. There's a lot of other teams that'll take you, and you can do your selfies. You can, get your pictures with the team polo on it, and you could, go play in a couple games and get slaughtered by 80 points. Don't come here with that crowd. Like I said, if you can't work hard, you're not ready to study hard, you just won't fit here. And you can, like I said, ask around the kids that have been here. They know if you don't plan to work hard, you won't last here 2 days. So.
And by the way, leaving me a voicemail is not how you get on the team. Did you see the one I sent?
Oh my God. I guess I need to keep doing this because I get on here and talk about this all the time. All right, one last time. If you are an athlete looking for a job, okay, when you email or send a message to a coach on social media, you are reaching out to an employer. Would you walk into Apple and say, "What's up?"
Do you want me to reenact the voicemail I sent you?
Yeah, go ahead, because it'll be.
Hey, what's up, Coach? I'd like to play for your team. Call me back. Didn't leave a number. Didn't say a name. Thank you very much. And that was it. That was the whole. I'm like, so I sent it to him. I go, I think I found our guy. I think I found the missing piece. I think we're ready. I think this is going to be what brings us home right here. This is the one.
But I got to tell these kids, like, would you apply for any other job that way? Shoot a dude a message on social media and say, "What's up, dude?"
Right. Not to mention, if
I want to work for you.
You go to the website, coach, not coach. Coach, not coach. Like, coach, I want a job. No, you don't.
I told you, one guy hit me up and asked to be the head coach of the team. I was like, which team are you talking about? He was like, the Firebirds. I was like, I don't even know what to say, but I was like, do you know who you're talking to? Like, I am the head coach, and unless something's happened that I don't know about, I don't think the job's open.
Like the way you feel about football, why don't you ask for your wife's number too while you're on the
might as well.
Oh, speaking of which, I missed it earlier. Nani says hi, everybody. Nani says hi, ladies and gentlemen.
So players, if you want a job, please treat coaches as if it's anybody else that you're going in to talk to an employer. You're going to Apple or going to Best Buy or any of these places. You don't say what's up and yo, and please don't do that, because I just don't respond to any of you. You probably think, oh, this dude's a jerk. I will never respond to that kind of a comment. I'm not your friend. I'm your potential employer. So don't do that. So here's what you do. So if you want to message me, hey, social media is fine.
Tommy Gross, write this down. I know you want
to. You say, hey, I'm Tommy Gross. Yep. I play quarterback. Yep. I played my college ball at such and such. I'm attaching my film, and I'd love to jump on a call with you and discuss potential employment. Something to that nature. If you do that, I will watch the film. If there's something I like, I will jump on the phone and we'll talk. And that's it's. But if you say yo or what's up, as if I'm not your potential employer,
right?
Then what do you think professional football is? It's a job.
Yeah.
So either way, I don't quite get it, but hey, let's just be professional. You must send game film. You got to tell me your name, where you played, right, any relevant statistics, how to get a hold of me. You got to give me all that information for me to even consider you. I'm not going to search it down. I have my ways of doing my recruiting. I'm not going to chase you down. I'm not going to figure out who you are. I don't sit there all day with a bunch of names. This guy left a message. Let me figure out his name. I'm not going to do that.
The way he said, "What's up, dog?" I'm going to track him down. I think it's going to be. I'm going to track him down.
Just be professional. That makes no sense. That would you go up to an NFL coach and say, "What's up, dog"? I
would. Not to tell you everything you need to know.
But that's probably not going to get you where you want to go. So be professional. Come, give all your information, and we'll take a look. So there's that.
Ryan Williams wants to know, when can we have Flocky at the Ware household? We need some of Nani's food.
We should do something and have her cook and do. But like I said, her and M-Hat. They're supposed to have their little cook-off. So at some point, we're gonna, how cool that would be. Like I said,
I get to be a judge on that, right? That's
everybody.
Everybody, put your damn hands down. Ain't nobody else get in on that.
I just think we could.
I have a culinary arts degree. Back off.
We can tie in a butcher or something and get a bunch of different meats and stuff. And I just think we could have a cool event and have 100 people out in the parking lot and just let them cook off. And
I know she didn't say 100
food.
people at your house. I know she didn't.
That's too
remember Ryan trying to get in the house. Like Ryan's like, "What's up, dog? Can I come over?"
Right. No, Monty loves to cook, so no, we got to do something at some point. We'll figure it out.
We bring you out for pancakes, and now you're trying to get into coach's house. Come on now. All right, we're live here at IHOP on Wolf Row. We're very excited that IHOP has become part of the Firebird family. They're going to be feeding the guys during the season. When I talked to Clinton, who's the manager, the big guy, and I was like, would you be interested? He goes, interested in it. He goes, when can I start feeding them? I'm like, as soon as I get here, I'll bring them by. So very happy about that. Steve, Father Flocker, send in your game film from the cruise, Jeff Levack.
Speaking of the cruise, I really haven't heard you talk about the cruise. So let's hear about the cruise. How was that?
This is the thing. Some of you guys know the story because you listen to the Fox Sports show, but I know Coach is working when I'm doing that. So I knew he didn't hear it. And I wanted to get his real reaction because there's a decent chance that you call me a wuss out of this. Like, I've never been on a cruise before, so very excited. One of my friends, Selena, was celebrating a big milestone birthday, and she's like, she got a group of 18 of us together to go on the cruise. So it was awesome. We flew down to Fort Lauderdale the night before. I saw an iguana fall out of a tree because it was too cold. You want to talk about a life-changing experience? A 6-foot lizard falls out of a tree because it's 60 degrees, and you move back to New York like that. I was like, I thought it was going to rain men. What the? Sorry, not that I wanted that.
I didn't quite sound.
I don't know anymore. So
you almost
whatever. That's it. It was a life-changing experience, dog. So it was great. We get on the boat. Everything's cool. I have this tiny. It was a single studio stateroom, and when I tell you that these 3 booths together here at IHOP is about the size of the room, I'm not lying. It was a bed, it was a TV, it was a couple drawers, it was a stall shower, not in with the toilet because the toilet was in a closet. So I was like, the first day I was like, it's all right, I'm just sleeping in here. This is cool, whatever. So
claustrophobic quickly.
Yeah. So we live it up the first day, man. Got after it. They're, as long as you got your key card, every drink they're bringing you, they're going crazy. They're happy. Like everybody, I tipped everybody early, so I'd never had an empty hand. I know how to play the game. Ended up singing karaoke the first night. Got that good up. I went with
any video.
I have it. There's a price. There's a price. I went with The Darkness. I believe in a thing called Love, which is probably not something that people who can't sing should sing. But the whole place loved it. We had a blast. The next night in that same bar, the bartender came up to me and went, "Mr. Jeff." And I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. "Mr. Jeff, I have your drinks ready." I'm like, okay, great. Apparently I was drinking a lot of bourbon. But like I said, the first night, everything was awesome. I woke up that next day in that little room and it felt it getting smaller and smaller. I start sweating. I'm just like,
somebody had an anxiety attack,
full blown. So I go to the front desk and I'm like, listen, I need a window. I can't do this. I'll pay whatever it costs at this point. I need a balcony, a window, I need anything. I'm sorry, we can't help you, whatever. And she's now handing me tissues because now I'm thinking about going back down to this room and it looks like it's like the old Key and Peele bits where there's just rain coming off of me. And by the end of the night, I started doing it again because I knew I was going to have to go back down to my room. And I booked a flight out of Honduras the next day. So I legitimately, after 2 days of being on the cruise, had to meet with immigration for the country of Honduras to get permission to enter their country long enough to go to an airport and leave. So, and I would do it again.
You wussed out on the trip.
100%.
You waste thousands of dollars and all that fun and excitement and 18 other people.
100%. And I would do it again. And I will tell you this right now. The only thing scary in that little room was Honduras. Immigration for the country of Honduras is in a strip mall. So they pay the driver. So you literally, I had to go to a meeting on the cruise ship. There's a table. There's the cruise officials. There's the port authority and immigration for the country of Honduras. And they sit down and they have a conversation over whether or not they're going to let me get off the boat.
Crazy.
During that, they say, okay, you're going to do what you're told if we let you get off the boat. They meet me with a driver, a taxi driver. I pay the driver. He follows me through the country. He takes me to immigration, walks me in. They do the thing. He walks me back out, which first I was like, what do they think? I'm going to run? Where am I going to hide? Like, I don't know if you've ever been to Honduras. Ain't a lot of me around. It's a lot of little guys. And then takes me to the airport, and I get to leave. It was the craziest. There was like people on motorcycles, like dirt bikes everywhere. There was a guy, I think he was moving on a moped. He had a dresser. I was like, I've seen The Bourne Identity. I don't remember the scene. I don't know what's happening. But literally, I'm not meant to cruise. I'm not meant for it.
Damn, 2 days is all
2 days.
All you made.
And I didn't even go back to my room the second night. I stayed in a friend's room. I did. I was on their balcony, like in a paper bag.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I meet the people from Delta, and of course, like I'm just now, nobody knows me. I'm in Honduras. Like nobody knows who I am. Like whatever. This is great. There's no shame here. Guy comes up, he goes, cruise tag. What cruise let you off in Honduras? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it, Mr. Delta. Okay. Why don't you take your sleuth back on the plane and see if you can find me some peanuts? Yeah.
Wow.
It was Steve Lusbury, so no Firebird cruise.
Wow. 2 days is all you made it.
I didn't really make it 2 days, if we're being perfectly honest. It was the second day. I was like, I'm out of
here.
Yeah. And like the poor little the poor small woman who was doing the desk, she's like trying to she said, I understand, Mr. Jeff, that you need and I'm sweating. And I'm like, and at first I felt bad about it, but now because I'm not getting what I want, I put my arms on the counter, so the counter's now pulling. Yeah. And she just keeps handing me tissues, and I'm just like, no, this is gonna keep happening now.
Right.
I'm swimming out of here one way or the other. And she's like, I'm doing everything I can. I can't help you out. And then the next day, when I'm leaving, the same little woman who did everything she could to help me comes up to me with a tear in her eye. I'm so sorry that you're leaving, Mr. Jeff. Gives me a huge hug. I was like, I looked at my buddy. He's like, how did you get to know her so well? I go, no, I'm clearly just that pathetic. That this poor younger woman who's from, I think she was, I don't remember what country was on her tag, who's just like, I feel terrible for this fat, large white man. And I need to make him feel better before he leaves the boat.
24 hours, basically, huh?
If even. Like I said, I went to bed. Everything was great. I woke up. I sat up. I'm like, this is going to be a good day. And I went, and then I was in my friend's room, and like my room would have fit in my friend's bathroom. I'm like, if I had started up here, I probably would have been okay.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm going to save $800. No, you're not.
You paid for, huh?
The flight home was beautiful. I just want to say the flight home was amazing.
You just threw away probably $4,000 or $5,000, huh?
No, like 1,800. The room was really small. And I would like to believe that in the day and a half that I was there, I made it rain in that bar. It was I emptied some bottles. It was not going to be. I wasn't going back down there sober.
Right.
It was not going to happen. But yeah, so
goodness, that's a heck of a story.
A lot of people asking about the performance of karaoke. Even Jake, all of a sudden, Jake Labrie, our CEO, you can't make time to be at Flock University, but you can comment. How dare you? Wasn't there?
We got to see the video. We should play that on Flock U next week.
I'll tell you what. If we get enough people at the home opener, I'll put it on the jumbo.
Hey, there you go.
I'll put it on the jumbo. I'm not
What's
scared.
The number?
What you tell me?
8,000.
8,000. It goes on the jumbo.
8,000 is on the jumbotron
during the game.
Let's go.
Halftime, I'll put it on there. I don't care. Hell, I'll reenact it and we get to 9.
There you go.
I will tell you that.
Are you going to be sweating and drunk or just?
I mean, am I awake? That was in front of like 100 people. You think I'm going to do 8,000, 9,000 people sober? Nah, we got to get a little liquid courage in there. I will tell you though, like that was one of those videos where like there's moments where I don't remember that I'm fat. Like I'm just like, just a person, whatever. And I see that video, I'm like, holy crap, how do I move like that as a fat guy? It's good. I'm telling you.
You're too sexy for your shirt.
I would have taken me home. I would have. And I did. Maybe that's why I was sick the next day. All right.
Oh, good stuff.
I don't know if there's anything else we're talking about at this point.
Right. That story is, how do you beat that?
Does anybody else feel the walls calling in a little bit? No. I'll tell you, it was the weirdest thing. And they're like, I'm walking through Honduras and I'm like, this is right. This is where I belong today because I'm going home. I'm going through customs in Atlanta. And I'm just like, I don't care. I'm not on the boat. I don't want to ever be on the boat again. I filled out the insurance claim. They're like, what's the reason for leaving? It was a small boat. It's a very small boat. And they're like, we're going to think about this. I'm like, okay, I'll get a doctor to write it down. I don't care, man. I'm ready. I'm going to try. I was like, listen, everybody's birthdays from now on, land-bound adventures, wide open spaces. That's all I'm asking for. I don't need a lot out of the world.
That's a good story, though. Damn.
Man.
I realized you didn't barely make it. I was really thinking you were having a good time.
When I got home, I still like, and you know how it goes. Like if you say certain things or you do whatever, all of a sudden it follows you on the internet. I couldn't watch YouTube for 2 days, man. It was a cruise commercial every 5 seconds. I'm like, it was, man. I'm scared of boats, man. I'm telling you.
What did little Jeff have to say? Like they thought they were partying up, had the house to themselves, and here you came home. What did they say?
Well, my daughter was like, Dad, I'm coming. I got you. I understand. I'll meet you at the airport, whatever. Her fiance 100% was like, what? You're leaving a cruise because your room was small?
Right.
He clearly did not get it. And I'm like, you know what can be smaller? Your time here. Right. How dare you? So
that's good stuff.
Any questions from the flock that aren't about the cruise? I've given you the information I'm prepared to give you.
I will say I miss being in shorts and a t-shirt. It is ice cold. I got off the plane with my little sweatshirt and I walked outside and I was like, should I make better life choices? How quickly that wind hit me and it was negative whatever wind chill and I was like, is this where I'm supposed to be? I just left shorts and a t-shirt.
The second the one season ended, you pointed your truck north, and you've been a Cap Region guy ever since.
I absolutely love this place. So
this is not right. What's happening outside right now is not right. This is not like it gets cold here, but
barely had any cold.
Yeah, this is making up for
one
that.
good snow last year, and now this is a little different this year. So
this is I think this was caused by my El Nino butt coming off the coast. You know, it was something.
That's a heck of a story. What did all your friends say?
They understood because I actually explained it to them. I go, this goes down one of two ways. I leave or I make you all miserable for 7 days. And they were like, so how do we get you off the boat?
Don't kill it for the rest of us.
A couple of my friends were like, man, we never get to see each other. This was going to be great. I'm like, it's going to be amazing when we hang out next year at Disney or an all-inclusive resort. Or your house, or not here.
Big space.
Not here. Mike Corda. Everybody, Mike Corda says, "What's up, everybody?"
Hey.
There he is. I think he might have just tuned in time to miss that story. Actually, Mike's the only person who knew I was here because I knew that. Well, let's put it like this: my day job. The phone has GPS in it, so I knew that he would know where I was. And I didn't need
true.
That. Yeah. So no more cruises for me. I'm sorry, guys. No, you guys were asking about the fan jerseys and the jersey reveals and all that stuff. Actually was just in touch with the company building them. He said he'll get back to me with full details. I was hoping to be able to give you like actual dates and stuff, but it's a company we've worked with before, Sweat, Sacrifice, Success, and they're doing the entire league. So, and ours are, as we've told you, ours are different than everybody else's. So ours, they had to see if they could do ours with a certain cut and then it changed it, whatever. So ours might take a minute longer, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to 100% be worth it. I will tell you that we are working with some new apparel companies, negotiating some stuff. So there will be a lot more things available for you guys very soon. You don't have to go buy everything from the league site, Tommy and Steve. You can, let me know.
Those look good though. I think those look good though.
That's all right. I mean, that's what happens when you went to such and such university. You wear the orange hoodie. Tommy Grass. All right. That's it. I'm done. Who wants to eat? That's what I want to do. All right, everybody. He is the professor, the head coach, the general manager. He implied I was a wuss, but didn't fully say it, so he's still one of my best friends. Damon Ware, everybody.
Heck of a story. We'll talk about that another time.
I am the claustrophobic, anxiety-ridden team president of your Albany Firebirds, Jeff Levack, everybody. Oh, that's a snattering. I'll take both. You are the greatest fan base in all of arena football. You are the flock.
Absolutely.
You know, we cannot add, by the way, how about for IHOP, baby? What's up?
Hey.
Can't end an episode. Oh, man, it feels like they just kicked the heat up a notch. Now come on, I ain't going nowhere now.
You talking about the boat.
Yeah, they're like, all right, hold on a second. Steve, I will do the mini haha. That's different. It's not the same. If you catch me sleeping at the mini haha, it means I had a lot of fun haha. All right. Everybody, we cannot end an episode of Flock University without two simple words. 1, 2, 3. Flock you.